pose a direct threat. Pose a direct threat. Now, whether it's an immediate threat or not, I don't want to get into wordsmithing. But when Mr. Baghdadi left our Camp Bucca after spending 4 years there in Iraq, he said, "I'll see you in New York." He wasn't kidding. But the point here is that I'm glad that Eric Holder is keeping an eye on people and all that. But this is because the result of leading from behind. This is the same organization these people were trained from that the President of the United States said Yemen and Somalia were success stories. When we didn't leave a sustaining force behind in Iraq, and when the President turned down the advice of his head national security advisors not to arm the Free Syrian Army, and a number of other decisions, that laid the groundwork for ISIS. And now we have a situation where the largest extremist caliphate in history is now in Iraq and Syria, and we have no strategy. We have no strategy to degrade or defeat it.
Well, you are calling for a coherent strategy to combat this global terrorist movement, which we're clearly witnessing. But what would that be? Would that be more boots in Syria, Iraq, Afghanistan, Yemen? What would that coherent strategy look like, Senator?
Well, first of all, it would require some some boots on the ground, not like before, but we certainly need forward air controllers. We haven't been able to drive ISIS out of a town called Kobani using the full weight or using American air power for several months now. We lost 86 brave Americans and 400 wounded to take Fallujah. That's 1/10 the size of Mosul. ISIS right now is winning, and we need to go after them, and we need to have more boots on the ground. We need to understand that Syria and Iraq are the same. We need to arm the Free Syrian Army. We need a no-fly zone, which many of us have been calling for years, and a coherent strategy that can be presented to the Congress, because they're going to be wanting an authorization for the use of military force.
And let me clarify that. When you say boots on the ground, do you mean intelligence? Do you mean combat?
I mean intelligence, I mean forward air controllers, I mean trainers, I mean more air assets, I mean across the board an increase. And if you talk to any of our military experts, those not in the administration, they'll tell you that's basically what we need, and it's fairly obvious what we need. And it's also obvious when the President did not leave a residual force behind, as Ryan Crocker and Bob Gates